All right, take two because we had to cut out the first one. 'Cause Joe
But
didn't know
let's
how to
just
read.
note that it wasn't because of me being late.
Well, you were late, but
Nope. Nope.
I
You
was
were late. You
already.
were late
I
pushing the button to let me into your Zoom.
no, well, because I turned on the recording and I told you I had it on, and now you want me to edit the. Yeah. Anyways, so it's Friday, November 3rd, during our weekly call with Joe Farrell from Strive for 25. And yeah, what you been up to, man?
Um, a lot going on. A lot going on.
I know you had
Um,
some big November 1st
oh yeah, yeah,
announcement. So,
yeah.
so what's that all about?
Well, the the quick answer is we're doing a contest. We are going to have an entity called RBF Builders that we're going to be building houses in San Rosa Beach, Florida, which is Panhandle area, just north of 30A. The piece of land sits on 5 acres, 34 houses, overlooks the bay. So the west side will have bay views. 2024, we should be breaking ground. And so this first contest is, hey, RBF stands for Retire by 40. Um,
Ooh,
it's
I
a
like
mindset,
that.
not a literal thing. I just turned 40 this year, so I'm not retired. So, but it's a mindset kind of a thing, stuff that we talk about all the time. And so the contest is a logo design. So whoever submits the best logo will win $1,000. And all you have to do, it's free. All you have to do is just share the post on social media and write a brief description of what the logo and why you think it may fit with what we're trying to do. And this will be kind of the first step along the way of just some interactive stuff. And the other thing too, there's a long term vision of this that we can talk about later, but that's the basics of it.
You're gonna have like categories, like I mean not categories, but like actual content creators where like Sierra, I'm not lumped in with Sierra where she can
Oh,
you know have a better design than I have.
I mean, you're an AI pro, so I mean, just use your tools, throw them in there, spit out
Well,
some
it's
some
easy
stuff.
to make us look funny on AI, so you don't know how much I'm actually using it.
Man, you know, I think I need to get a new camera. I think that's one of the things that I was just thinking about for a second. Like I was on a Zoom not too long ago, and I was like, man, is this one of those apps that like makes you look 20 years older? Because I'm looking old as balls. But I think it might be just my camera, or maybe I'm just old, one of the two. But I need to get a new camera. I've got a Logi HD 1080p.
Yeah,
Um,
that's you're speaking foreign to me. I have a
yeah.
camera. I don't know what it. I just
Okay.
Googled it or Amazon and whatever reviews are good, that's what I got.
So you have a camera that you attach to your computer?
It's on a stand though. Yeah. But
Okay.
it can't. Yeah, I mean, it's linked to the. I mean, it's attached to the my computer, but it's not sitting on my computer. I have it on a
Do you have
stand.
an Apple or different like a different computer?
I have a Surface, but yeah, but
Surface is that's Windows based, right?
Microsoft.
Or
Yeah, yeah,
Microsoft. Okay, okay. Yeah,
yeah.
because I'm on a work computer, and so like all the like downloading stuff, like you have to download software and all that stuff. So like I have to use an Apple to download it to a Sony camera. And it's just like a big pain in the ass. So like I just use this thing that just pops in there.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side
Wait,
note,
we were talking about what the heck was I just
we
gonna
were
say?
talking
Oh no, you're talking about the camera making you look. Oh, it's funny you say
oh
that
oh
because
yeah.
Sierra and I had a call with this person she connected with Behringer. He's an agent property manager in Georgia, and he was talking about being under 35, and I was like, yeah, he thought I was younger than 35.
Oh,
Maybe
nice.
it's my camera. Yeah. But yeah, so big news, a lot of jobs data, interest rates are coming down. You want to touch on that a little bit?
Yeah. You know, I was looking at a couple of charts, and kind of going back to like just affordability for homes.
Hmm. Yeah.
And, one of the charts has a median sale price of a house, which is a nominal number. Like if you look at some of the data over the last 30 years, house prices have quadrupled. And then you look at a median income chart, and these are both coming from the Fed. Um, Actually, I can share my screen
Yeah.
if you want me to. Let's see here. Oh, it's disabled. But like
Oh,
the median price is a nominal number, but then the median income is a CPI adjusted, inflation adjusted. So it's kind of hard to really kind of compare. But like the real income, CPI adjusted has gone up from like 50,000, 55,000 to like 70,000, something like this. It's only gone up like 35, 45%. Whereas, house prices have quadrupled in the last 30 years.
Try now. Are you able to do it?
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Okay, so here's a chart, median home price. And this kind of goes back just to affordability. We've talked about this a few times. Like, the younger generation, Gen Z, and the next one's coming, being able to afford housing, and prices have gone up. Wages have clearly not gone up this type of percentages. So how does that younger person get into a home? How do they own real estate? That's one of the things that I've been kind of talking more about on my stuff, and the whole purpose of my platforms, really, when it comes down to it, is get how does somebody get into a house, and the idea of like, hey, increase income, save, and the 25 comes from say 25% of your income if you can, and then invest. And if real estate's one of the things you want to invest in, cool. But that's the best tool that I believe in to be able to have the everyday person build wealth. And
Yeah.
so tying that back into today's markets and rates and housing and data, is kind of where I want to kind of just start there, and then we can talk more about the other stuff.
Well, you're talking about affordability and, the younger generation. I think a lot of it also is, d- you know, house hacking is definitely probably one of the best ways to start getting on the property ladder and helping you get a property. Because didn't they just come out with some changes to the down payments for multifamily type properties?
Yeah, yeah. So you used to only be able to do FHA one time to build to buy a multifamily, 2 to 4 units with your 3.5% down. Now you can use conventional 5% down, so you can kind of take that next step and keep that house hacking going. So yeah, um, those guidelines come out later in the new year. Oh, you're gonna have to delete that shit.
But man,
Sorry.
what are you
You,
doing? You're
you can
making
do it.
more
You
work
can
for
do
me,
it.
man.
I know, shit, Paul. But no,
Jesus
that's like
Christ.
PII. I gotta delete that shit.
Man, making extra work for me, man.
I mean, I'll pay you overtime. How about that? I'll send you a Coke in the mail.
Uh, no, but back to house hacking. I like I said, I think that is probably the easiest way to get on the property ladder. And when you're younger, that's the most ideal time to do it. Chances are, or hope you don't. You may not have a family yet, or you have kids yet, and you have a lot more time. And it's like almost like being in a college dorm situation, right? You get some roommates, have people paying part of the rent, but I think that's the easiest way to get started.
Yeah, and there's a couple guys that I see on Twitter that are just got either they started their journey in college. I think maybe they're out in that by now, but like buying properties, buying multis, buying student housing. And it's like if you know the game, you know the formula.
Yeah.
It's
Jeremy, have you ever
possible.
talked to Jeremy yet? Taggart? He's in Pittsburgh, but he's an agent, but he's in our fantasy football league. Yeah.
Oh no, 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 no. I
Yeah.
need
So
to reach out to him.
he's on his seventh house hack, and he's only like 30. But yeah, like you
What?
meant, yeah. So he started like right, maybe went before he even finished college. He got into his first one, and yeah, I think he's on his seventh or ninth, but he said this is going to be his last one. But he did the work, and
What's his handle on Twitter?
Jeremy Taggart, yeah,
It's not
pretty sure. But anyway, yeah, he's yeah, he was young right before he got out of college. Did the work, and now he's 30, and I see him traveling a lot, so I know he's somewhat financially free, and he's still doing the agent broker stuff, and yeah,
Yeah, I was thinking about this, a couple days ago, and like I know for me personally, the reason why I didn't do that, buy a multi, you know, et cetera. I didn't have the information. I didn't have the information and like the wherewithal to connect the dots of like what that led to. Just
yeah,
the formula wasn't there. And then at the same time, though, like would I have been able to receive the information? Because like the information, even if you have the information, then it's like, okay, do you want to put in the work? Do you see the purpose behind it? Do you see, the benefit behind it? And even if you see all that, like you still might not be able to do it because you may not have the confidence or may not believe that you can do it. I mean, there may be other factors going into it. So even if you have all the information, you still not may not be able to do it or want to do it or believe you can do it. And like that's the part that like at the end of the day, sometimes it takes, struggles or pains or things happening in your life. Like, okay, I'm just done. It's time to get out of my comfort zone, time to push out and do other things. And so like the whole horse, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink kind of a thing. And that's either somebody does it or they don't, and maybe this is not the right time.
Well, it's funny you mentioned like comfort zone, and I think I definitely probably looked at it that way too. And the same thing, I didn't have the knowledge of it, but when I look at multifamilies, before I probably would have been like, oh, I don't want to share walls with someone else or have roommates. When you get older, it's kind of like the next transition is to buy a home, be on your own. But that's like you're saying, getting out of your comfort zone, and yeah, it's a little bit maybe uncomfortable in the beginning, but you do it for maybe 5, 10 years, and you get 4 or 5 properties under your belt, and now you're set and you're good after that. But a lot of it, like I said, when you're younger too, it's like it's the same as if you're in a dorm situation, or if you're living in an apartment or condo. Sometimes you're sharing walls with the next person, so just got to get over that whole single family mentality in the beginning, and just do the work and struggle a little bit maybe initially, and then you'll be set after that.